Yes, real life.
We are.
Yep.
Well, one of us should face a camera.
I'm not joking.
We could. Facing the camera's probably a good idea. Oh yeah.
Oh, you're serious? We are live.
No, yeah, no. Well, I wasn't joking. Matt, when am I ever not serious? Have you met me? Mouse.
Alright.
It would seem this mouse wants nothing to do with us. It's okay. I'll just
You
use
got to
mine.
plug it in.
It is plugged in.
No, it's not.
Don't lie to me.
It's not. That's alright. So Glenn, you've cut Glenn out.
I haven't moved it. Glenn's just sitting at his computer.
Ah, well,
I'm sort of here.
that's good.
Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, that's magical. Good way to start the stream. Welcome everyone. I didn't even check to see if the camera was flat, so I was... good enough. You can do it. As you can see, we have started on time as per usual. Because we've got heaps of free time this week, and Matt and I were just playing games all morning.
I was.
Yeah, I was working in the passenger seat of the car, unconscious, and with my keyboard.
So Blair's terrible at introductions, it seems.
I'm the best at introductions.
Yeah.
You take it too seriously.
I probably do.
Oh,
It's alright.
just caught up.
So g'day guys, welcome back to, this is what, episode 5 of HACT Live. So as ever, you can get in touch with Savo by jumping on hact.io/live, talking to us on the embedded IRC, tweet at hact_io, talk to us on Twitter. Otherwise you've got the YouTube chat, and you could probably jump in the Facebook group as well.
But I won't lie to you, I'm not going to check the YouTube one very much.
Alright,
Because
I will.
that's alright, Glenn's on it.
he said he can't.
Alright, we're hearing different things. Are these audio issues affecting us in real life now? Would you mind checking the audio as well?
Yeah, I just checked it.
Oh, we're good? That's cool.
How does one get on this CBR free?
No, we're not.
Wait, what?
You guys are looping.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Are you sure?
Either that or I'm not sure what was in my coffee this afternoon.
Do you have multiple of them open?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Trying to blame audio issues on me again.
Every episode.
Scumbag.
Every
It's
episode.
my audio issues, not the screen's audio issues.
So yeah, welcome back to episode 5.
There's a USB up here somewhere, I promise.
As Blair was alluding, we've been pretty busy this week. We ran our first ever in-HACT over the weekend, just gone on the 4th and 5th of July. And we didn't quite get it together to stream from that event. But we've taken a whole bunch of photos and we'll show you what went on. First thing to say about in-HACT was it went really well. The students from the event filled out a survey for us at the end, and we got an 87 out of 100 overall for that one.
Yeah.
We learnt a lot about how to run it in future. I think at one point there was 18 students to one mentor for 3DR. So it still went well, but it wouldn't have gone nearly as well as it did had it not been for a couple of volunteers that stepped up to help us put
Yeah,
the,
like me and
put the event
Luke,
on.
right?
I do mean you and Luke, but even more than that is Chris McLaren and Tom Duck, who were at the first HACT event.
Those guys.
And
Those
Chris
legends.
is in the chat right
Oh,
now.
g'day Chris.
Are they the only two people in the chat right now?
Chris is the only one person in the chat right now.
Yeah, but that's okay.
Hey, Chris.
Mitch says hello. I've just realised we've made a strategic error. The deodorant's behind me, so Mitch is going to burst in Kool-Aid Man style to come get the deodorant later on. But no, seriously, thank you, Chris and Tom, for the help on the weekend. And as we said to them at the event, they've scored free tickets to the event this weekend, so we will be refunding the tickets that you've already picked up.
Matt will be refunding that. I'm not touching PayPal.
Good. The system's working. So yeah, in-HACT went well. For those who didn't see the promo materials around it. It was for 10 to 13 year olds rather than the standard 10 to 17. What had come out of the first HACT event was that a number of the younger students were saying, look, we want a way to try a variety of different streams because we don't know what we like yet. We know we're into the tech stuff, but we want a bit of variety and to sample a bunch of different things. So we came up with HACT. So thanks to the Academy of Interactive Entertainment out at Watson also for letting us use their school over the weekend and their devices. Thanks to Costa for being there over the weekend to make sure all the hardware went smoothly as well. As I said, survey results were really positive, and we'll think about how to better refine that and when we can run it again.
So I'm thinking, just on the spot.
Yep.
So currently, we've just got Chris in here with us.
Yeah.
What do we think about chucking this up on the public-facing HACT Facebook? If we're not going to be talking about business and stuff this week, we're just going to be talking about like, UC stuff and other event stuff. And
Yep.
Do we want to blast it?
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
Yep. Let's
We do things.
open the gates.
Yeah. See what happens. I mean, it seems like a good episode to do it, especially when my mouse is working so well. It's straight up dead. This mouse no longer works. I can't
Just
confirm.
Facebook?
You can tweet it if you want. Yeah, do it. See what happens. I guess. You are about to become. Well, I mean, you already are really, kind of in the front row of HACT, but you're about to watch everything go down very quickly.
That's all right. Chris was there before we went mainstream.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chris, are you in VR with me this weekend?
He is, and Tom is as well. That'd be good. It's like a hack. It's like the HACT and Sam's there too. So it's like the HACT reunion.
Oh, Sam is there?
Sam Dickey's in
Oh,
VR this
cool.
weekend. So we've got like the HS HACT reunion going on in that stream.
MVP squad.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's me. I'm the most valuable person
Yeah,
ever.
most voracious power nap. we had to go for a drive this afternoon, and Blair falls asleep easily on moving vehicles,
Yeah,
especially when he's in the moving vehicle.
Yeah, I have.
We lost Chris.
Rest in peace, Chris. I'll just sit here and talk to myself for a bit because there's a 30-second delay.
Well, you can
by
talk
the
to
time, Yeah, I mean, by the time that I give up talking to people will be back. Yeah, I have horrible insomnia, which means I don't sleep well at night, which is why half the time I seem like I'm manic, when I'm not. I'm just overtired, which is pretty much the same thing. But so when it comes to sleeping at home, not a thing. If I'm on a noisy 747 at 14,000 feet, no worries. No worries. I'll be out for the entire flight. But if I'm in a car, gone. Quiet as anything. But if I'm sitting still, I don't stop talking or thinking. Is my main problem with sleeping. Just thought you should know.
Yeah, thanks for that. But you're looking sharper for the haircut. Like, I want to see the fro personally.
Never gonna happen.
Not going to happen.
Mm-mm.
That's all right.
Not until
I'll keep growing mine
Not
out.
until I'm a multi-billionaire. I can just not give a single anything.
Okay. In HACT went well. We took a bunch of photos, and you've now blasted this on Facebook.
Yeah,
What else?
I told Facebook Public and Twitter, so we'll see if anyone cares enough to join us.
Oh, people will
Oh,
click
they care.
Yeah, people love streams. They'll be like,
They
"Ooh,
care.
let's go see Blair be an idiot on a camera and talk to a whiteboard again."
That's true. All right. So yes, thank you, Chris and Tom. We'll run through the photos from the event if a few more people will jump on. What is cool is that I would say 7 of the 37 students are coming back for this weekend.
Which can I point out? That means we have, and this is only just clips from me. So there's 7 people from the last weekend that are coming to this weekend, but there's only 3 people from the first weekend that are coming to this weekend.
Yep. Well, I'd put that down to pricing, I suppose.
That we know of, off the top of our heads. I think there were a few other returners. Maybe.
You're wrong.
I could be wrong. I haven't checked that.
Yeah. You get this one.
What are you doing?
Putting it on my Twitter.
Ah, cool. But Glenn There's way too many
How do I use
different
this?
types of media going on in here.
Yeah.
Alright.
This is what you call social media.
It's way too social. We're going to focus on these guys washing up here because
Yeah.
they're giving us
I just
their
wanted
attention.
to take a
I'm-
HACT Live Instagram selfie, so you know
Yeah.
what's happening.
We're learning how to do all the social media. And
At
by
once.
we, I mean Glenn is
Glenn.
learning how
Yeah.
to do all the social media.
I already knew.
He's gotten us like 70 new Twitter likes this week. And it's been good.
And-
Relevant ones.
And we had a cool conversation with the chick that I totally forgot the name of.
Kelly from Code Club.
Come closer.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah.
well the mic's going to pick you up.
Okay.
She does something head of Code Club Australia.
Director of Programs.
That one.
Yep.
So she saw our thing on Twitter and sent us an email, and we had a chat, and so we're going to see if we can do anything cool with them. And a few others that I want to hook up community-wise would be like Coder Dojo and Computer Clubhouse is the other top one, and maybe something with like Robo Gals and a few other things like that, just to really like spread out the whole getting into coding and STEM and robots and stuff.
Mm. Well, the way I see it, the HACT events can serve two functions around those community programs. One is that we're a good event for like the open stream for the students passing through those programs to come showcase what they can do and try and win some prizes. And then the other way around, for students that haven't done much tech stuff before, come to our event, have a great 3 days, and then for the ongoing learning, flow into those community programs as well.
Yeah.
We could do either of those things.
I love that, like, my go-to is just at Seabrid. Just, hey, it's like, just me going, hey, retweet this. Later, and I chuck game dev in there.
Well, we usually do hashtag Sebring, not their username.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
This one's like, it shoots it straight to them, so it goes, hey, retweet me, hey.
That's true.
Do a hashtag, fine.
But not the underscore.
Oh, really? I don't know how this works.
We had a Twitter comp at the last HACT event.
Oh, well, I didn't win.
So
Sam needs to be doing this.
Chris is saying that there were a few more from in HACT that really wanted to go but were unable to this time. They're looking into coming to HACT next time though.
Cool.
So that's pretty cool.
No, it is, and that comes back to I want to see us building a more ongoing community that isn't so dependent on coming to the HACT events to stay in touch with everything that's going on around here. So that's part of what this stream can be.
Do you know what I forgot to put on my tweet?
The link.
Correct.
Well done.
I'm so good at this. How am I so good? How do I comment? How do I
Delete it.
delete it?
Delete it.
Can't I just-
Rewrite it. Put the link in.
No,
No, you can't edit it.
Stop breaking Twitter. Blair, what are you doing, Blair?
I don't know how this works.
No,
Delete
Blair,
both.
stop.
Delete both.
How? It's just my
Oh,
spam.
it's just his account.
Yeah, this is my account. Oh god,
It'll be fine.
I'm so bad at this. Oh, my phone's vibrating. Everyone's retweeting it. I've done bad. Wait, I can just reply. That's what I need to do. Oh god. Oh god. Okay,
They
I'm
won't necessarily see it.
No.
done. I'm just gonna do a third one.
And this is why I am doing our
Yeah.
social
Yeah.
media stuff
Yeah.
currently.
And you've been doing well.
Come hang out.
Game
Okay.
Dev Robot's already retweeting it.
Yeah, hashtag
It's already
game
been
day.
favorited. It's already been favorited.
There you go. Bam. Do a
It's
third
been
one.
retweeted again.
It's alright. Let's do a third one. I still put the hashtag game dev in there, so it's still getting spammed out across the world. We're all good.
Good. So anyway, we are
Twitter.
somber professionals.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, my phone is just going. It's the
It's
retweets. The
getting its
retweet
slots on
bot
it now.
army.
That's good. So no, I appreciate Chris. There are some other students from INHAC that want to come back to the next events. We mentioned talking to Kelly from Code Club before. I'm also thinking about how do we get HACT events happening in cities outside of here in the ACT. Chris, you might have a view on this one too, mate. But the way I see it, there were like two components to the events, which is like the open stream, which is a typical hackathon, and then the beginner stream bits. Now, for the people who put these events on, if they don't have as much experience, well, putting on the open stream and the hackathon part is quite a bit easier because the students are a bit more advanced in their skills. They don't need as many mentors to help, so it's fewer volunteers to wrangle is really the big difference between the two. I haven't seen an Australian schools hackathon happen on a national level like what we saw GovHack over the weekend taking place. That's the sort of initiative where we could partner with Code Club and RoboGals, and Code for Australia hasn't started yet. Coder Dojo, Code Club, I'm forgetting one, Richardson, Computer Clubhouse. That's the sort of thing we can be partnering with those community organisations. And we're talking about building that platform. That's something that a tech solution can make it much easier to run a distributed open stream hackathon over a broader geographic area. So that's like a one-a-year thing we could run. That's a bigger deal. And then we can have our ongoing smaller hacks with the people that come out of that and want to get involved.
Yeah.
Do you know what
Small
we didn't
brainstorm.
do at the last event?
What's that?
We didn't get a team photo, I don't think, with like the two of us and Chris and Tom.
I did grab a photo of
Those two.
Chris and Tom.
Yeah, but we needed like a full team one to go up there. We need to.
That's true.
Well, we'll just make it look like it was the last event.
You're good at art, right?
Photoshop it
Photoshop
together.
everyone together and
I
make
can-
it look perfect.
I can do that.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Yep. We did take a photo of all the students from the event, though. Yeah, it was
Have
great.
we posted any of those yet?
I posted the group photo. We need to put up the all the other ones.
This is why I shouldn't be allowed in social media.
What have you done, Blair?
Like 1 billion retweets.
Yeah. Helpful.
It's alright.
All right. So HACT is this weekend, Friday to Sunday. We had something cool happen today. The University of Canberra got back their signature on the services agreement, which means they're coming on board as a partner for HACT this weekend, which is awesome to get a great uni like UC on board partnering with us for the event.
That's where I went.
Thanks, Mitch. But speaking, like the way I see it, that partnership is going to be great for when we go talk to places like Engineers Australia and other organisations as well. And indeed, if we're talking about doing that national hackathon thing, that's going to be good. If we're talking about getting parents wanting to buy tickets for their children, that leaning on the credibility of their brand is a good thing as well. I'm just letting people. These are the things I think about what's a good fit for a partner for an event that we're putting on.
Yeah.
So, anyway, letting you in on the thought process there.
We have. It's funny. Like a week ago, I was stressing super hard about the coming event because I was like, oh, we need like all these mentors and they all have to be the best in the world. Otherwise, I'm not going to be happy. And we need to make sure that there's a lot of people there and this, that, and the other.
But we have been signing up some of the best in the world.
Yeah. So for the
that
last week we've been going around. I've been going around signing up mentors like crazy for the coming week. We've got a few, so it looks like it's gonna be fun. We've got so the person that'll be teaching 3D art this time, like the coming weekend, was the guy that taught me 3D art years ago.
Senpai.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Sensei Walsh. Dean Walsh.
He finally noticed you.
No, I will never get his approval. Dean Walsh, who's a fantastic, like really fantastic 3D artist, is going to be heading that up.
Yeah, he was I want to say environment artist with 2K.
Yeah. So he was a senior environment artist at 2K Australia. So he worked on most recently Borderlands the pre-sequel. In the past, he also worked on Star Wars: The Force Unleashed and a bunch of other stuff. Which he'll be upset when I don't remember. But hey, he worked on a bunch of cool games.
You just lost our mentor. You just lost the
Yeah,
3D
I
art.
was upset, Dean. We have a really awesome artist from AIE, Eric Foley, who will also be teaching art, 3D art. He's cool. He's good fun. And then we've got VR, the virtual reality design course, which is going to have myself leading it, and then Dean Walsh's brother Guy Walsh, who's a renowned UI artist or GUI artist, so user interface and graphical user interface for game. So we're going to be doing some seriously awesome like heads-up displays for the Rift. So that should be fun. That stuff is like
Nice.
what makes VR awesome. It's actually one of the hardest things to do to get right. I'm not good at it. I've tried it. I'm horrible. It's actually very, very tricky. So yeah, we've got him. We've also got Tony Schofield, who was running mobile at the April event. He's going to come hang out in VR this time, and we also have my good friend James Russack, who is a computer scientist. He's going to be, he'll be in VR. He likes game design and he's good at it, so I'm going to have him in as well. And then game dev, we've got a sweet team. We've got Jack Noble, Luke Monaghan, and Adam Newman.
It's a good trio.
Yeah, I'm well jealous. That's going to be a fun class. You've got 3 funny indie devs going to be running that, so that's going to be a crack up. We're going to have Glenn over there in web, along with probably Michelle Koth, who's a web programmer and awesome person.
Senior dev. She's a good people.
Senior developer. And then 3D print, one of my favourites, probably my favourite actually. I love 3D printing. It's amazing. It's a wizardry. People are 3D printing self-repairing pipes. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
yeah, and self-building bridges.
Yeah, I saw that one.
What about a self-building 3D printer?
They're pretty close.
Yeah, yeah.
The main part that most of them can't do is the circuitry part, but they can do all of the supporting structures.
It's really cool.
It was a very long time ago now, but I remember reading an article about this one guy that like handcrafted I'll call it a fabricator, but I don't know which, some bit of his 3D printer, and all did it by hand, and then printed a more finer detailed piece from that to replace it.
That's cool.
And yeah, upgrading itself.
There's been 3D printing because there's 3D printing which we have at the event, which is quite advanced 3D printing. Like we use good printers and a lot of material, but like that's like it's like the medium. It's like where most like commercial 3D printing is right now. But at the top end, in regards to the research side of things, there is like mind-blowingly crazy stuff being made. You can 3D print a steak and organs, like not like a plastic steak, like an actual consumable steak that tastes like steak.
I'd question
Getting
that last part.
the
Last time
taste.
I heard it doesn't taste very good at all.
Oh, I didn't say it tastes good. I've had bad steak before. But yeah,
enough.
and they have successfully 3D printed organs.
So
working
So
organs.
Chris has asked, will any mentors from the first HACT be returning for this one?
Yeah, me.
Well,
Me.
these guys are. Tony's coming back.
Jazz, she did some video, what was it, a premiere stuff upstairs
Yep.
on day 3 or day 2 last time.
Yep.
She'll be back.
Jason's coming back as well, who's doing a lot of the film stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, he put together that awesome post-event video.
Yeah.
it's seriously good.
And all of the videos from the awards ceremony.
And it's possible, depending on how they feel, there's a couple other people that may be coming back, like providing they get over sicknesses / time commitments. So yeah.
Well, a lot of the game dev guys have been doing their submissions for the Penny Arcade Expo that's coming up, and they've all got big deadlines around that. The way I see it happening, like this is by no means...
That's PAX, by the way.
This is by no means our reserve list of mentors. There's some
no.
seriously good mentors.
Don't get
on
me
that
wrong, I
list.
love a bunch of the guys that we had last time, but I'm pretty confident this one's going to run a lot smoother. I mean, I don't know if that's really possible. It'll run as smooth. It'll be just as good, if not better. Because we've got a better ratio this time. Like, I'm aiming for minimum 3 kids to 1 mentor, but I think we're actually going to be higher than that.
On mentors? Or
Yeah,
students?
mentors. I think we're going to have a slightly higher ratio. Slightly better
cool.
ratio. Yeah.
That's cool.
That and, yeah, some of the leads are awesome. Like, Dean Walsh is my hero.
All the leads are awesome. All the mentors are great because they're mentoring at HACT, but also their technical skills are good too. So, so Chris, plenty of mentors are coming back. There's going to be plenty of new faces, but a lot of people to learn from and look up to.
Yeah.
So no, you guys are in for a great weekend.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
And the other thing is, like, you don't want to push people into coming back if it jeopardises them ever coming back again. If not putting the foot down on the accelerator on this one means we have plenty of people coming back in October, then that's a better outcome, because we don't want to put on so many events that it burns the students out. We don't want to put on so many events that it burns out partners and mentors as well. No, as Blair said, we've got a good balance, and certainly a good ratio of students to mentors this time.
Yeah.
Where we don't have as nice of a ratio as we would like, though, is
Girls.
between boys and girls.
Yep.
For some reason, this time we've only had like 3 or 4, maybe?
Yeah.
3 or 4 girls sign up, which is kind of disappointing.
That's a similar percentage to the first HACT event, though.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I remember we had 6 girls out of the 120,
Yeah. I thought there were more than that, but clearly not.
maybe 7.
Yeah,
But-
because they were all in that one photo together, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, so there wasn't a
It's
whole lot of
5,
them.
I think. Yeah, I think there's 5 in that photo. Maybe 6.
No, it's like 7. Hey, Jace. He wants his lights back.
Yeah.
The door's locked, Jace.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, but that's part of why we wanted to put in HACT on as well. That age group, 10 to 13, is an opportunity to address the gender divide that seems to happen in tech. I'm not sure why it's there, but it seems to be.
Yeah.
So we had... I'm drawing complete mental blank now.
The ratios?
I didn't HACT over the weekend. It was 21%. I do remember that.
We had 9?
Which it-
No. Yeah. No.
No, that would have been 8. Yeah, there were 8. So 8 goals out of the 37.
They killed it
at the weekend.
They did like some crazy awesome stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of web, some really seriously good web developers coming out of last weekend. And it made, funnily to me, I wouldn't have guessed this after the last event, Glenn, but we've sold 5 tickets to the web stream again for this HACT, and we sold nada for the mobile stream.
Yeah, that was strange. Oh, that's a lie. There was one that after we decided that we weren't running the mobile stream,
Classic.
someone was like, "Where'd the mobile stream go? I wanted to do that." So I think they're doing game now instead.
Okay. Oh, they'll still enjoy game. Game's going to be great.
Yeah, definitely.
It may be because
jelly.
CIT is offering that mobile course these holidays.
Potentially.
I'm not sure what it is.
So if you know,
Yeah.
let us know.
It's okay. Still plenty of people going for the other streams. I was just curious. Mobile was the 3rd most popular at HACT in April, so I was surprised to see it drop off like it did now. But I'm sure there's a reason for that. We just don't know what that is.
On the plus side, removing one of the streams is actually not that bad of a thing. I mean, it's unfortunate that we're not going to be running mobile for people that want to do mobile, but on the other hand, it also means we can put more mentors into fewer streams, which means a better ratio. It also means if we find out, for example, so what we did this time, because in April we had 5 streams. We had 3D art, web, mobile, 3D print, game dev, and then we also had the open ones, those 6, which is what we were going to do for this one. So it was going to be the same number because we ditched... No, sorry, we were going to have 1 extra because we added VR. But the cool thing is, yeah, we removed mobile because it wasn't moving and we added VR. And the cool thing is if the way that we keep rolling this out for the core event is that we see that, one stream isn't particularly popular because we get people come in, maybe they go to InHacked, they see they like one more than the other, or they find out they like something that they didn't think they would, and then we can find out that, okay, maybe people don't like making mobile apps, which I'm not
I would
surprised
be
at.
surprised if they were, but we'll see.
I hate mobile apps, and I used to make them, but that's probably why I hate them. No, they're okay. But, yeah, if we each time we run this, we drop a stream and add a new one, kind of cool. Or if we just add one, I mean, that was what we were going to do. but it just worked out this time.
Yeah,
Got
and I
VR.
think maybe in future events, some of the more similar streams might make sense to kind of merge them. So we were talking like the game and VR stream sit
Yeah.
pretty close together as
It's-
it is.
To an extent. The issue then is you remove, like for example, VR is quite a complicated subject. It's a lot of people are like, yeah, you just make a game and just put VR on it, whereas it's actually the other way around. You get VR and you make a game for it, and you design for it. You can't really do one. Well, you can't really make the game and then try and put it into VR. Otherwise, you just have a port, like someone ported a game to VR, which doesn't work. They're horrible, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that are quite similar. But the reason I wanted to do VR as its own one this time is because there is some seriously crazy cool stuff that you can do with VR, and I wanted to get it rolling this time because, as it so happens, the next event that we're going to be running, next holidays, or whenever it is, one of the mentors that I want to have on is actually, and he said he's down to do it, which is awesome. His name's Adrian Webb. He's an old friend of mine. He is one of the high ups. I think he's pretty much the head administrator or head coordinator of SimTech Australia, which is the massive military simulation firm. And he has access to about $20,000 worth of virtual reality equipment, including Microsoft HoloLenses and Rifts and omnidirectional pads and the full body kits and the rifle things and all sorts of crazy stuff. Google Glass, Morpheuses, Google Cardboard, Samsung Gears, just everything. Just the arm thing that you put on your arm that tracks your finger movements, like all of it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So Chris
The
is
Mia.
Yeah.
Chris has mentioned that since you need an Apple computer to make apps for iPhone and iPad, etc., that may take the interest out for Windows users. That's true. I mean, at the event we did offer Android as well, but we've had some people ask, will we be providing those MacBooks for people again this time, and we're not able to guarantee them, so we've had to say no. So that I remember a lot of people had borrowed them from the mobile stream back in April. That may have affected it. But that's one of the challenges with the HACT weekend is that we ask students to bring their own laptops with them, and then there's some hardware challenges there to make sure everything's set up in the first hour as well. Whereas what was cool about the HACT weekend was that we were using someone else's equipment, and it was a standardised operating environment. And you need to do that sort of thing if you're going to be doing HACT over 2 days instead of over 3. I think you need to try and jam it all in together.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for students being able to get all of their machines set up personally, because then
Especially
when
when
you
they
go
get back home.
you can just keep
Yeah.
working on it and you already know how to get going.
True.
But yeah, it sort of is a lot easier, especially for kids who don't have laptops that they can use and bring.
Yep.
Like AIE made that pretty easy
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah. No, that was cool as well. So yeah, we. I can't believe it's Wednesday already, so we're almost here for another HACT event, and then we have to get on with deciding what we're going to do next, and I don't think we've really decided yet.
Been pretty busy putting on last weekend and this weekend coming.
Yeah, we have, and we of course know the general direction, which is, well, we want to do things that gets more 10 to 17-year-olds into technology, into digital enabled technology. The events, we know from the feedback scores, are they're good. They're great events, and people definitely get into tech at them. What else can we be doing in those intervening 12 weeks between the school holidays that makes sense? So that's an answer. That's a question for us to answer next week.
Starting Monday.
Or maybe Tuesday.
Maybe Monday afternoon.
Yeah.
Sleep in for at least an hour.
Yes, I'm okay with that.
Well, Blair's going away on holiday for 9 days, so it's going to be Glenn and I tearing up the airwaves, trying to figure out how to stream. And
I'm looking forward to watching these streams. I am so looking forward to watching the streams when I'm here.
You should probably teach us
I'm
how
gonna
to set up the stream.
take apart everything. I'm gonna unplug all the audio cables, all right, and reset the audio settings, and then see how funny it is.
And then we'll take a photo of Blair's face when we get it done perfectly the first time.
I'll just contract Jace to set it up for us. So.
I'm pretty sure I've set up Jace's last 3 streams, but by all means do that anyway.
It'll be fine.
Yep.
Hmm.
I seem to recall there was some competition announced like last week. Some caption comp.
Yeah, I did put up a caption comp in the group, and nobody except for you, Matt, actually posted any captions.
I
on
didn't.
it.
To be completely fair, I didn't know there was a.
There's a
How do you do that?
shift tab.
Control
Mm.
tab.
Oh, close.
Yep.
Yeah,
Wizardry.
there was
Yeah.
quite a
It was just a terrible
Interesting
photo. I
photo.
think was the trouble.
terrible photos are the best photos to caption.
Oh, hey,
Hey, what?
Chris, do you have Facebook?
He does.
Perfect. I'm going to ask something really dodgy of you. Can you do me a favor? We're testing stuff. I'm not going to prison. It's okay. We want to test something, and by test I mean I want to abuse the fact that we have friends that have Facebook. So we've been doing this thing. It started off as kind of a running joke, and now it's just kind of turned into a thing we do, where we just try and abuse our fan base and see if we can get them to invite everyone on their friends list to like HACT, and then we just kind of have a competition and see who has the most. I'm definitely losing. I have. Is this? What did I just do? Oh, okay. I thought I ruined it. I'm at. What is it? There we go. 78. I have 78 friends that have liked it. No, wait, that's
71.
71. Oh, that's
I have 90.
no. Wait. Oh yeah, 71.
Yep.
I'm at 71. Glenn's at 90. Matt's at
144.
He's 2 more than double mine, and we're also 55 off
Scale-
having 500.
When
So
you jump on the scale, it's about the same result as well.
that was dark.
Well, double it plus 2. You said that'd be about right. It's okay.
So yeah, you should totally like invite all 7,000 of your friends that you have on Facebook.
Because Chris hasn't done enough for us.
Oh
lately.
no.
Yeah.
Typical Blair. Ask and ask and
Yeah,
ask.
you give this guy an inch.
Yeah.
It takes a mile, whatever that expression means.
Mate, I'll take a leap year. Wait, light year. I meant to say light year.
Yeah, okay.
Take a leap year.
You take that leap year. Alright, so I win the competition by default, which is like the best way to win any competition. It's pretty good.
So,
It's normally how it
are
works
we
ping
using
pong.
your caption on the picture then?
What was it?
Not re-
Oh, is that the one of Matt holding the thing?
It's the
No,
one
it's
with
meant to-
Matt, like, who he's talking to.
Excuse me,
they're
I was
like,
talking to Tim from the
Oh,
Catholic Education
and it looks like
Office.
it looks like you put him in his place.
It looked like we weren't getting along, which couldn't
Ooh.
have been further from the truth. We were having a lovely chat. It was just I looked dark around the eyes, and neither of us were smiling.
and
at
the
the time.
lighting was.
That corner is not a good corner to
Don't
stand
take photos in that,
Don't
yeah.
stand in that corner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
Well,
got I mean, we could show the photos. Except Chris was there.
Yeah, but other people may watch this later, and there may be people lurking, watching it. Who
But
are-
I don't know. I see.
I see.
That's very possible.
That's true.
I guess I will do that. All right. Well, I'm going to disappear into the background onto my computer and hope nothing goes wrong with the pictures.
In the meanwhile, Chris, let us know how. Is Chris doing Ninja Fish, right?
Sure. Yes.
Yes.
Sure.
Yep. But no, I know that you're working on some video game projects in the holidays. So let us know where those things are up to as well. All right. What else is going on at the moment?
Photos.
Blair's doing the photo thing. So wait for the stream to drop out any second now.
You ready? You've got
I'm ready.
You've got to point up towards me. There you go. Magical.
You know, we should update, now that I'm looking at this stream window, we should probably change the HACT to date text. Because we don't really flick through the topics like we used to.
It is still technically hacked to date.
That's true.
I think what we really should do is, let's see if I can do this. I'm going to assume it's about here. Is this little Twitter
right
logo?
next-
You are so far off.
Am I?
It's above your head.
This guy.
No, you missed again.
I don't know how to angle my arm. Oh god. Anyway, that Twitter logo should totally align with that top banner.
Nah.
Graphic design Blair.
Alright, turns out that was Tom that was doing Ninja Fish, so apologies, Chris. But I'm glad the projects are going well. Maybe there's one we'll be able to put a camera in for virtual reality this weekend and get you using those headsets. So Blair's flicking through the photos from the weekend. I really like how that logo came up on the charcoal shirts as well. It looks really good.
Yeah, it's really nice. And the AI8 logo looked really good against it as well. In that
Yeah,
kind of
we
electric
used Rojo. That was the name of the business, Rojo,
Yeah.
out in Western. Did that for us at very short notice and did a great job.
How do you play
So
this?
thank you, Rohan. Hey?
How do I play this without going full screen? That's not a thing, is it?
I don't
I don't think so.
Oh, that's all the photos you're getting.
I went through them all. It's fine.
All right. Well, you've left it on. You've left it on Will there at the end, who hung out with us on the stream last week, which was fun. And Will had a good time at the event. I think his mum said afterward, he's like, in his words, "I'm all nerded out after the HACT weekend," which yeah, that's a fun way to put it.
What was really cool though was Petra's comments.
Yeah.
She was, let's say, not particularly keen to come along to InHack, and she went away raving about it, and apparently she wants to take up IT when she goes into year 7 now, so that's really cool to hear.
It is cool, and she'd be good at it. Like, she was great at the 3D art stream. I remember seeing that, and took to the web stuff like a duck to water, so it was good. I find it really hard to keep talking to you guys here when we're doing stuff on the stream, Danny.
Stop playing with the computer, Blair.
Yeah. We've got to talk to the people that are hanging out with us. Yarn cat.
I hope this is a thing. I imagine it would be. Oh yeah. There you go. Now is it distracting?
And Yarn
Yeah.
Cat on our screen,
Yeah.
floating with a balloon.
And people say we don't know what to talk about on these streams. I think we've got content for days. Like we've got the internet.
You've got me.
The big problem
true.
here is I bet you Nyan Cat's playing in the background, but we can't hear it.
Yeah,
What
correct.
are you doing? That's the best part about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't you just love dead air,
No,
Chris?
No, I don't.
What's on the, what is on this? Matt's businessy book of business agenda. This isn't the global agenda, mate. Live stream in hacked this weekend. I'm assuming that's what that says.
Yep.
What does that say? Media something. No, that says something. We talked about UC. Wait, did we talk about UC?
We did talk about you, so.
Yeah, I'm paying attention. Yeah, pretty much. Well, ugh.
So I like the idea of putting on a national or even international student hackathon and partnering with other organisations to help us put that on. I mean, Code Club and Coder Dojo have access to volunteers and real estate. We could, I want to say, just like the international for Dota, people pay their $15 or whatever it is. Big chunk of that goes into the prize purse. We can have the same setup for ours, and then using the platform, students can be chatting to each other by stream, by city, by state, by school, etc., and communicate that way. That'd be a cool thing to do.
Yeah, yeah, we
I
should
like
do
it.
We should do that.
I agree.
Well, we all agree. We will do that. Trying to think of what's a good time of year in general.
Do you know what I could put on the stream?
What's that?
So, I mentioned previously that we were getting some really sweet VIPs that are going to be streaming at the event, doing like workshops for you guys.
Yep.
I could chuck up some of the stuff that they've done and show people what type of crazy cool stuff they've worked on.
My recollection is that Adam's website has anatomy. Adam Ball.
Adam Ball isn't doing one.
So he had, but do they have like human anatomy studies on those?
Oh,
pages?
I see what you're saying. No, I can curate the stuff. It's fine.
All right.
I'm not just going to scroll through this stream. And last I checked, World of Warcraft was T. I was like, doesn't have one of those. It's called T. Anyways,
T for team.
I'm gonna show you guys in the background. It'll take me a minute to set it up, but I'm gonna show you one of them today. Nate Rogers. I'm gonna show you some of his artwork. He'll be streaming this weekend into. I'll probably get it hooked up so it comes through to VR as well because it's pretty relevant. It'll be mostly going into 3D. I mean, I might just put it through all of the things.
Put it through all of them.
Yeah.
Don't want to miss out.
So yeah, he worked on everything from Wildstar, which was an MMO that came out a while back, which the art for was amazing. It was honestly one of my favorite arty games. He's currently working on League of Legends, I believe, which is pretty big. What with it being the biggest game in the world at the moment, like literally. Just to give you some perspective. So I'll quickly open up the Wikipedia for Riot Games, which are the guys that make League of Legends, and then I'll open up the Wikipedia for World of Warcraft, and we can see which one makes more money, because we're all aware just how big World of Warcraft is. Yeah, maybe it doesn't have it in here. Maybe I have to go to Blizzard. Let's go to Blizzard.
They've got 7.1 million subscribers as of May 2015, according to this.
Wow, that dropped a lot. Cool. So
it's only 7 million. Like,
it was 12.
we get that many for a live stream.
Activision Blizzard. Here we go. So keep in mind. So this will be for Activision Blizzard. Keep in mind that this is for. Oh wow, no, that's Activision. That is okay. Well, let's just go to Riot. So is that quarterly? Is that how that works? Or is that yearly?
No, it's got the year in the brackets. I'm going to say that's an annual.
Okay, so 2 years ago. So this would have gone up a lot considering how much League of Legends has grown in 2 years. 2013, the revenue for the Riot Games, who make one game, was 624 million. I don't know. It doesn't tell me how much Blizzard Activision make, but considering they have the biggest games in the world, like
How much is the subscription for WoW?
15 a month, but there's also
15 US.
Yeah.
Alright, well, 7.1 million subscribers, 71 plus 14.2.
What do we say? How many subscribers? 7.8.
Well, it'll be 85 million a year in the US.
Yeah, but that's before people buy all the transfers and everything.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff. Anyways,
Alright.
they make some ridiculous amount of money. I'm going to show you his artwork because it's awesome. I love him. He's a cool dude. Cool.
This is what we do when we don't have anything to currently say.
I really thought we'd have more to talk about out of the HACT weekend,
Yeah,
which surprised me.
I would talk about it.
Talk
but-
about the Izzy corns.
Oh yeah,
The what?
Izzy corn.
the six-headed unicorn.
I try to forget. No, one of the students at HACT wanted to make a unicorn. Somehow that morphed into this six-headed unicorn thing where it had three faces looking at you, but as soon as it turned around, it was the three faces looking at you again. And then they put it into a VR game where it's chasing you, and you think you can just get away from it, but every time you look over your shoulder, they're still following you. So, yeah, Stephen King's bought the rights to write the book, and the movies are not going to be too far away.
Unless you're really good at flying around in like jet simulators. So by pulling off a really like high G turn, I actually got to start chasing the unicorns, and that was less terrifying. But I didn't have any like explode buttons, so it was just like, I will get you, unicorns. That was fun.
No, the colours were cool, and hearing Izzy say, "Wow, I never thought I could do that," after the 3D art stream was a super cool outcome from the weekend. You know, it's a good reminder of why we're doing all this stuff in the first place. And I'm pretty sure we Instagrammed that exact quote as well.
Yeah, someone did.
I think it was me. How's the artwork coming along?
Almost there.
Cool. All right, Australian Schools Hackathon. What's a good time of year to run something like that?
That is a good question.
Well, you shouldn't really do it in spring because kids could be doing their HSC
Yeah.
around that time of year.
Or insert equivalent that isn't New South Wales here.
Yeah, that's right. So that suggests more December school holidays to me.
Maybe.
Well, summer's the longest holiday.
Does it
and
have to happen in a holiday though? I would think if you're doing like a high
good
school
question.
kind of thing, you'd be better running it in term.
That's a good point. Well, we want to run HACT events interstate in October.
Mm.
That's a good way to test a multi-site first, and then after that we gear up for a big national one instead.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be good.
Spaceship? Spaceship Blue on you?
So this is how the planning goes. It's obviously a lot of analysis and detail in there.
We should do more detail. Customer validation, Matt.
Yeah. We had a workshop on that yesterday, which I did not take seriously, like at all. I was thinking too much about HACT events this weekend, I think.
Where is it?
Yeah.
I'm making a new one. Just did.
How's
Almost
that art
there.
going?
Getting there.
Really?
Nope.
This is why we shouldn't let you near
I
computers.
made it. You can't see you right now. Everyone just bear with me. It's happening.
The other thing to sort out is, or another thing to validate is, should we continue running beginner streams with the open stream side by side? Because if we do, I think we've learnt from this event that it seems the video's disappeared. We're looking at ships
Just
now.
give us a second. It comes back.
Okay.
Yeah, you keep doing your thing, and then I'll talk about artwork.
Okay. If 149 for a 3-day hackathon is pretty expensive.
For the open hackathon.
For the open, yeah, absolutely.
It's about half the price of any other holiday kind of
Yeah.
teaching, learning.
No,
kind of
149 is great value for HACT for the streams, for what you're getting and the mentors that you have access to, and all the catering and all that stuff. The hackathon is much less hands-on from the mentor perspective. So anyway, it's, do you run an open stream alongside it, and if so, what ticket price do you charge, and then what does that do to the perception of people going to the beginner stream being asked to pay $149 versus $49 for an open hackathon ticket price?
A lot of questions.
Yeah, exactly. These are things for us to sort out. But we will.
Cool.
So art's good to go.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna.
So we're looking at the art of Nate Rogers this afternoon. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. So I'm just going to drag this out and cover up most of the window with it, so people can see it.
Fair enough. So Nate's one of the VIPs that's going to be streaming to you guys participating in HACT this weekend.
Yeah. So the art that you're seeing on screen right now was for Wildstar. So we've got like a spaceship thing.
So Wildstar was an MMO.
Yeah. It was an MMO developed by Carbine. Nate was an environment artist on it, so he did props and things for the environment. So this was like a workbench where you could that you could work on, like you level up your skills and stuff. Just a bunch of props for the house that you could because there was crazy cool player housing for it. Just random things you'd see throughout the environment here. Some random satellite relays that you could do for like mini objectives where you had to like platform and jump around and get to it. Some crazy cool cannon turret that I died to I don't know how many times. Some egg thing. Crazy scientist egg. some of the awesome weapons that he designed and painted and did cool stuff with, which I'm mad jealous of his skills about.
That's a really cool style.
Yeah, and here's some of his 2D stuff, which is adorable. So I love this little guy. I'm not even sure what it is, riding a gorilla corn?
Not a six-headed gorilla corn, is it?
No. We've got some owl soldier thing, which I love. Looks heaps sweet. This one is cute as. This one's adorable. It's got a present. I think we all know who this one is.
Yep.
That would be Samus Aran from the Metroid series. Some fan art.
So it's not Iron Man then? Lol.
This is a cool co-op character. More some concept he did for weapons in, I think it was for Wildstar. And yeah, then we're back to the start.
No, that is very cool.
Yeah, so
and we
that's-
appreciate Nate hanging out with us this coming weekend.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Because he's in California, I think. Oh, from memory, yeah.
That's where a lot of game dev work goes on.
Yeah, there's a bit up there. There's a fair bit in all over North America, but I believe. Oh wait, he's at Riot actually. Yeah, I don't know. I imagine they're probably in California. Probably know.
Yeah, Kenny was at Blizzard.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So next event, we're gonna have a Blizzard artist, which will be sweet. And we may even get him on one of the live streams.
Nice.
That would be
Yeah.
cool.
We could do that.
But that's the sort of thing that we can do if we go this live stream route, is if we can be saying to these VIPs, look, we're getting X thousand kids hanging out who want to see your work and learn from you, that's a pretty powerful draw.
Oh yeah. No, they're the top of the top when it comes to kind of industry veterans, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it should be pretty sweet.
All right. Well, what that means then is if we're talking about where do we take HACT from here, we're going to have a whole bunch of ideas we'd like to get feedback on from the students that have come to our events and get your feedback on how that goes. And I reckon that calls for a more of a focus group type environment, and it's less boring than it sounds. What I mean by that is let's get some pizza and soft drinks and hang out for an afternoon, talk about concepts, let's have a LAN or something, play some games while we're at it.
That would be
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah, just all.
And tee that up like after this weekend, so we hit up probably, well, maybe in HACT, but the people from our first HACT and the people from this weekend's HACT.
Yep.
We
And
could.
then
You
we've got all the people.
know what we could do? We could do that, and we could go to our friends over at. I'm sure some of you are familiar with the barracks.
Yep.
We could.
Yeah, we could do it at the
We
racks.
could
That would
hire.
be
We could,
really
we could
cool.
hire out the barracks. I mean, it's already all there. Just hire out every single computer. It's only like $4 an hour.
Yep. So we've had another person join the stream and ask a question, and the question was, why are the tickets so expensive? Expensive relative to what? I mean, if we're comparing a 3-day school holiday program to other school holiday programs that run more like $250 to $300, then CIT is offering one for $300 to do mobile dev during weekdays. I'd say it's pretty good value. If you mean why is it so expensive relative to the event that we ran in April, that's a very fair question. We ran a crowdfunding campaign to help offset the cost of putting on the event, which we haven't run this time. So what you're seeing for the price of the tickets is actually much closer to what it looks like to put this on, for example. And we've been hit up for costs that we didn't incur for the first event.
Yeah.
So being charged for the venue, which also brought needing to take out public liability insurances for the venue.
That's
We're-
been quite a significant chunk.
Yeah,
just
that's
out
the
of
big
blue.
chunk of the event. And if we sold more tickets, that spreads the cost over a greater number, but we haven't moved that many, so that we had less wriggle room to drop it. We're also catering this event, which we didn't do back in April either. So if we're talking about 3 days of top-notch learning with industry professionals that's fully catered, you're entitled to a view that it's expensive. I don't feel that to be the case, but I hope that at least addresses why we've put the tickets at 149
Yeah, I mean,
and not 20 like we were able to do back in April.
I mean, when you look at it, like, because not comparing it by any means, but the things that I used to do back when I was in high school, and the things that I used to go to in holidays, so things like art classes or like, you know, just art school stuff, which isn't the ones that I went to. They weren't like the super intense ones where you'd be there for like a ridiculous amount of hours and you just paint the whole thing. But it was kind of a similar setup to us. Like there was studios. You could go to them and go out and kind of just like chill and hang out there and, you know, just mingle between different classes. That was, I think it was like $210 a day.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like, and that was a 3-day course, so that was expensive.
Wow. Yeah.
So, and that was like, that stuff isn't catered or anything. So I mean, we're charging like less than $50 a day for food,
Yeah.
mentors, all that's good stuff, and the venue. Venue was really nice.
Yeah.
So for the hours you do, I just figured out.
No,
it's about
we've just been thanked for
$5.50.
we just got the thanks for answering. Look, our pleasure to do it. Big part of this big part of this HACT live session is
Been
to engage
transparent, yeah.
with you guys, and be fully upfront. We make about $30 a ticket off of this event.
If that.
Yeah, well, if that. But that's
That's until we find out that there's another cost that we have to pay for.
yeah, probably. One will sneak out. But look, what I am happy about is if we can post some similar post-event scores that we've been seeing out of this. If they're anything like last weekend or back in April, with regards to students enjoying it, then I'm really happy with the product. And then that means we're on to how do we get this event to more locations, you know, and how do we market it better. But the event, but the product itself is good.
Yeah.
So that's encouraging.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, even if we sold out all of our events, like, completely at full price without any discounts, which isn't what we do. Like, pretty much most tickets we sell generally come through a discount code of one form or another. Just because we try and make it like easy for people to get in is essentially the thing. Because even if we, as I was saying, even if we did sell out all of them at max price, we don't make a great deal of profit on it. It's like, it's very for the amount of effort that we put in, it's pretty minimal. Because for us, it's about just getting as many people involved in this as we can, and just, you know, making sure that we can actually afford to run the event, keep running the events. Like, none of us are here for money, and if we were, we wouldn't be in a startup. But yeah, it's more important to us that we get as many kids into this as possible, learning about everything tech and having fun, because that's essentially how this all got started. Like, we ran the first one for, you know, next to nothing, because it was a community event, and we were all like, wow, this is something we need to take this on the road and run with it. And yeah, this is just the way we're doing it at the moment. So.
Yep. Yeah, well put. That was good. What time is it?
Probably a time we should stop
Oh
talking.
yeah.
It's 5
Oh, yeah,
past
we're
5.
overtime.
Well,
Wow.
we're on the hour
Yeah,
mark.
yeah.
But anyways, I hand on heart promise that. Oh, hang on. Yeah, you fire away with the other question.
Yeah, go for it.
But in the meanwhile, I'm really keen to stream from the venue this Saturday. That's going to be contingent on Grammar's Wi-Fi being better than it was in April. So their internet connection's super fast, but we had a bottleneck on the Wi-Fi.
It also requires me to be able to set up a whole bunch of cameras in a whole bunch of rooms.
Yep.
We can at least stream from the foyer, or like from the main lobby area.
Yeah, you know that little area downstairs where we had the MakerBots that broke?
Yeah, that'd be a
cool.
good spot. If you could get like the stairs in the background or something like that. Yeah,
That'd be sweet.
good idea.
We can try that.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much everything. I'm just waiting for this question to come through, I guess.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah, and this will be our last stream before the actual event. In the future, if this event is a success in expanding over Australia and there is a huge interest in it, Would you ever consider moving international? Absolutely.
Yep.
One
Without
of
doubt.
one of our main goals with the business is to go international as quickly and as much as possible, because the reason we the reason we started this was we were all like, the event. The reason we started this is because Matt essentially came to me originally, and then Glenn later. And he was like, this is awesome. We both agree that this was a cool event. How do we take this to the world and get as many kids into tech as possible, and just blow it up? Because the thing is, we don't want to do it like a traveling circus, because that kind of limits how many we can run. Even if we hire on a whole bunch of people to run it, it's still really limits us. We want years down the line, we want hundreds of these things going on every school holidays. So we have a hit list of countries that we're going to, the biggest. We're starting with some of the biggest tech countries and cities in the world. So it's very, very, very soon. As soon as we can, literally.
Yeah, that's right. And that's why I think we were talking about, these guys are sick of me flogging the idea by now, I'd say. But I like the virtual stream ticket idea. That's another thing to test for the next event.
Yeah.
But if it's super easy that anyone can participate in the virtual stream around the event and listen to the VIPs and all that sort of stuff, then people in a local community just need to sort out a venue and some mentors to come in for the event. But if we can handle all the logistics and registration and team and prize disbursement and all that sort of stuff, then it's even less administrative burden on the people putting on the events. Which country would you take this to first? Singapore and New Zealand is what I have in mind.
Yeah, New Zealand makes sense because obviously it's very close. It's quite easy to kind of cross-pollinate things with New Zealand. We already have connections over there. And New Zealand has 10 times the tech industry that Australia has at the moment. They actually have AAA game studios, and they have Weta Digital and all that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
So New Zealand makes sense, and it's nearer by, so easier to travel to.
Yeah, similar time zone.
And bring people over from. And Singapore, huge regional hub. Being in Canberra, this international airport's coming along. And when it does, I believe Wellington and Singapore are going to be the two destinations off the rank first. So being able to get there and get back here easily would be important.
And I guess just from a personal side, not that I know how practical it would be, but I'd be totally keen on rolling out to Tokyo.
Oh yeah,
Japan.
yeah. Seoul and Tokyo are very, very high on the list. Of Seoul in South Korea and obviously Tokyo, Japan. Seoul is the technological capital of the world, so we'd be crazy not to go there soon. But of course, one of the main difficulties there is, even though there's a very large, especially in those capital cities, there's a very large amount of English-speaking citizens, there is always, when you go to a different country, like a country that has a different primary language, obviously that's a big barrier, and there's all sorts of things and contingencies that come along with that, cost only being one of them. There's translation, there's localization, there's
and even
so much stuff.
Differences in local custom,
culture,
culture,
for example, there's a lot of stories that come from game studios that, take Hi-Res Studios for example. They make Smite, Global Agenda, and Tribes. They released, the game Smite is like Dota and League of Legends, but all of the characters are based on mythological gods from different pantheons. And one of the pantheons they were doing was Chinese. And there's a god called Sun Wukong, who's like the monkey god of something.
That's who Monkey Magic was based on, the TVs. Actually, that was literally on TV before you were born on the ABC. Never mind. Forget it.
So they released this character called Sun Wukong, and it was great. Everyone in the Western world loved it, and even it's not that anyone in East Asia was offended or China or anything like that, but they were just look, whilst the character's really cool, it's not even remotely close to what our culture thinks of him as. Originally he was kind of a bit of a joke. He ran around on all fours and he had a big staff that he'd jump up and down and hit people with. But in their culture, he's like a Star Wars protector. Essentially, he's like this big, strong, like, you know, essentially like the apex of like on the pinnacle of strength. So they redid him and yeah, shipped him out and everything was fine. But yeah,
So our mystery guest just remarked that GovHack went to New Zealand this year, and it was a big success. So it may work out well. Look, I ran the Canberra leg of GovHack last year, and those guys have a great organisation. They're Peter no longer runs it; it's Jeff Mason. But those are the way that event concept grew out is really one we should pay attention to, because they've walked a lot of the path that we're exploring how to do the same. So GovHack's a really interesting example. So that's someone that we'll want to be working with as well.
yeah. Oh, I keep missing the tab I want.
You do. You've
Yeah.
done it
Oh,
again.
that was control. I don't even know what controller is.
Get out of here.
Sorry, I got it. It's what are you doing?
No.
What are you doing, Matt? I want the YouTube one.
There you go. No, I want to read IRC because people are writing to us.
Yeah, but there's a delay. You good? Okay, that's what
That's
I wanted.
okay. That's okay though. So look, I'm glad that's answered your questions. And if you ever have any questions, we can go into in more depth during the week. We can
Tweet
answer
at
at our
us
next
or
stream. Yeah, tweet at
email
us, email,
I mean,
Facebook.
hell, I'm
Facebook.
pretty
Yeah.
sure our phone numbers are all over the internet by this point, so even give us a call. But
Give Matt a call or Blair a call. Don't call me. I like the internet. You can talk to me there.
hey,
Alright. But no, as always, thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon.
thanks for taking the time to come watch us talk about all sorts of shenanigans, as per usual.
Yep.
Yep.
And hopefully see you either at HACT this weekend, or if Blair gets the stream going, online
Yes.
when we stream
Yes.
this weekend.
Running a virtual reality design course and live streaming it. What could possibly go wrong? How about?
What could
With our
possibly go
powers
wrong?
combined.
What could possibly go wrong?
I think the thing that's blaringly obvious here is going to be the audio issues.
And on that terrible pun note, I think
Alright.
we should probably
Cool.
say bye.
Yeah,
So
we're
it's-
all going to head. We've gone 15 minutes overtime, but hey, that's all right. We had cool stuff to talk about for once, so we're gonna go. Yeah, thanks everyone.
Catch you later.
Where is the YouTube tab? I've lost the YouTube tab. Found it. Bye, everyone.